No, coming on to me now.
Get off.
Hello. Well, hello everyone. We're up here, not down there. I'm looking at this. We're up there.
I'm thinking that.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Me Time, episode 39, and we're back at you again with another community spirit, and we are very excited to have our next guest on Community Spirit, none other than our good friend Ethan Taylor.
Hello.
Hello. We're happy to have you here, dude. How you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
So,
Excited.
we're very
Excited to be here.
we are too. Psych up, let's go.
Hell yeah.
You may notice something else as well. There's another microphone. We definitely didn't bang our heads against a brick wall trying to figure this thing out. But the important thing is, it's figured out. And if it isn't, I'll be crying post-production. Like I usually did in Me Time Phase 1. So as you guys have been knowing, we have been covering AI this month with the theme of artificial world. And we thought it would be a good way to sort of bring artificial world to a conclusion, to expand the conversation in community spirit. So we're very excited to have Ethan here with us to continue our conversation about AI. But before we get in, Ethan, tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Let them know who you are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been friends with these guys for a long time, for a very long time, since secondary school. But no, I diverged a bit. I went off and did physics at university. So which taught me a lot about how the universe works, but also how to use computers to analyze the universe, which specifically where my training in AI comes from. So
Very cool.
we learn how to build them in our university.
Well, this is really cool because like this is almost a world beyond mine. I'm so fascinated with it, and I've spent a tiny bit of time looking into it, and then I was just like. But yeah, Ethan's knowledge is
mind blowing.
It's impressive. It is. There's so much to unpack. What is it that interests you most about the creation of AI, then, Ethan?
Well, I mean, there's always been for decades now. We've had the whole. There's always been in sci-fi this idea of artificial intelligence, but as an actual a thinking mind. So. Like an actual not just a program that someone's like told if this happens do this, but an actual thinking sentient mind. And the way that we currently do build AI, we're getting very close to being able to get to that level. So but there's a lot of ethics and a lot of weirdness around how we do that, and I can explain further as we get in. So
Yeah, definitely.
but yeah, no, essentially to get it started, we don't current way of making a large language model like ChatGPT, we don't build it, we grow it.
Okay.
It evolves itself essentially. And yeah, so
From what I understand from ChatGPT, from what I understand, I could be completely wrong, is like it kind of scans the internet, then brings it in, and then it kind of pushes it back out to you.
Yes, in a way. So the way that's part of the building process, the growing process for this AI. So the way you do it is you start very small with a very small task. So like for ChatGPT, it'd be word complete, like sentence complete. So you basically like you type in a bit, and it would a bit of a sentence. It would finish the sentence, and that would be, if it could finish the sentence in a correct way, it's done a good job. And then it will take that knowledge and say, hey, if this sentence comes up again, then I know how to finish it.
Okay.
Basically. But obviously there's if you think about it, there's so many different answers that it could have given. They're all correct, but now it's locked in on that one, or it's changed its weights. It's changed its mind on that one, and it will now go to that as priority.
Oh, interesting.
Basically.
So it's kind of like efficient in the way it sort of makes a decision to a degree.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be able to get like a different answer once it's had.
You would, but
Okay.
it would bias its training a lot.
Okay.
So it would give it a personality. Let's say.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon me if I'm being ignorant, but why is it that AI is, because there is a sort of like way of thinking and to program it this way. Why is it that the most efficient way for AI to present information is to have this bias that is so famously like divides people's opinion on AI? What do you think?
Well, I think it's just the way it's grown. It's just
Mm.
how there's not really another way to do it because um so we're kind of getting a bit too far ahead. If I start sort of explaining how you make an AI again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so let's go from here. Your brain, your
Mm.
brain is neurons. So it's a bunch of neurons. Think of them as nodes.
Yeah.
They're all connected together with bridges. So like it could be completely random. So but just a random smattering of neurons connected together with bridges.
Mhm.
AI is exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Okay.
Except it's just in software. So you set up a bunch of random nodes with a bunch of random connections, and then as there's millions and millions of them, there's no point in looking at it. You're not going to get any good information out of it from your own eyes.
Okay.
But then you wouldn't from your own brain, from looking at someone's brain either. Like
Yeah.
it's not, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so every time it learns, it rejigs all of these connections to sort of to lock in the process of thought, essentially,
So
that it went
from
through for doing a task.
from a biology point of view, there's a uh, a brain experiment. I probably the wrong words again, but like neuroplasticity is like where your brain can sort of learn stuff.
Yeah,
Is it sort of that in a
yeah, it is
digital
that.
aspect?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Um, I mean, it's very hard to explain what these neurons are doing individually, but for example, you'd have one that has each one would have a mathematical function in it.
Mhm.
So a very simple thing, if you have like a picture of a hill, on a green grassy hill or something with cows on it maybe, and you ask the AI to draw the hill essentially, or to pick out what part is the ground, the hill. It would go through, and because it's just a nice sine curve in the image, it will go straight through that neuron which is looking for sine waves.
Yeah.
It picks one up and then sends that off to the next thing. So it's got a bit of actual. It's looked at it.
Yeah.
It's gone, hey, that's a sine wave or a curve.
Yeah.
Sine wave is just the most basic form of a curve.
Mhm.
And then it passes on to the next one. So it's developed some knowledge
Okay.
on that, and it goes through all of these mathematical functions to build up its internal knowledge of whatever it's looking at, whatever you've asked it to do.
So watching AI documentaries.
That's the granular part of it. It's very hard to expand out into,
Yeah,
because you've got
that's
to
interesting. And
extrapolate that through millions and millions of
it
neurons.
makes sense. Then each sort of like neuron would be sort of a different sequence doing it different ways, or maybe searching for other things in different
Right,
ways.
exactly.
That's really interesting.
Right.
In essence, like you're saying, that is essentially how the brain works.
Exactly.
That's mental.
It's almost identical. So yeah, I mean, and then once it's to actually learn, it connects these. It just figures out what efficient ways to connect these mathematical function seeking neurons together.
Okay.
It's basically that's how it learns. It just makes more efficient ways of doing that.
Try and explain that to me in like a dumb sense. Yeah.
Interesting question.
So when it goes from one neuron to the next one,
Yeah.
there's probably one neuron, and then 5 ones it's connected to.
Right. Okay.
It'll go. So it's given a task, and then it will basically adjust the weight. It will do this for every task. If this neuron is cool, this one is called to do something,
Mhm.
it will always look at the 5
Yeah.
and go, hey, which one is the lowest? Which one has the highest weight? The highest weight link. So the link has a weight.
Yeah.
How much it's going to be used, basically. You go, looks at that and goes, oh, that one's the highest weight. We're going to go there. And it just adjusts those weights to learn.
So is weight...
if that gives a bad outcome, it'll go, oh, hey, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Adjust that weight down or reduce the weight. and it will choose a different one potentially next time.
So is weight the categorization of how a program prioritizes how it's going to fulfill a task? Is that correct?
In a sort of, yeah.
Okay.
It's the weight is how it's all very very low foundational level for these neurons, so it's difficult to extrapolate out to an actual task, but it's yeah, it's the way it learns. It's I've got a signal. Where am I sending? Where am I sending it next?
Okay.
Is all it is. It's like your neurons. They're just in your brain. Like it's learning.
Yeah. Okay.
Hence why I think then, if we go back to what you were saying, when it has a certain bias, it's because it knows that route works.
Yeah,
so
into the
why
past.
would it do anything different? And if it then meets eventually a completely different outcome, then it makes out of an infinite amount of possibilities a completely different route another time when someone does something else. That's interesting.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean, yeah.
Yeah, everyone is, and myself included, looking at AI and going like, it only gives us what we want to hear. Well, that's based on the consensus of everyone that has interacted with it so far.
Yeah,
Then,
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Boy, made that connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
so we're essentially I don't know if this is going to be a fully completely formed thought, but
That's all right. Let's go for it.
I've
Let's go for it. Yeah.
I've made an analogy before that building AI is like so you've got a problem. Imagine your problem as like a shape, like you've got a problem space, which is like a plane on a piece of paper. The shape of your problem, it's like a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You put it on and it just fills out, like tries everything to solve this problem until it fits the shape, basically.
Okay.
That you want it to do. So it's going to try everything over and over and over again in its training.
To really sort of like dial down the conversation slightly, just for like comedic sense to a degree. There's that sort of video like the baby trying to put shapes through that cube. And he can't get the right shape for that cube, and then the process for that game is that eventually it will fit that cube for the right shape. Is that kind of what's going on?
Yeah. But then also you've also seen the other video of the guy taking the going through that and going, oh, circle, square, square hole, and it goes through. And to an AI, if you have a problem like that there's multiple solutions, it will just find the simplest. It will do that, like a human would do, like a human baby would do that as well. They'd go, oh, it fits through the square hole. I mean, I'll just go through that. Just go put them all through that. Why not?
Nice.
It works.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
And so that's one of the. If you think about that, it's kind of an analogy to one of the problems with AI. One of the problems we find with AI, which is sort of hallucination. I guess it's
hallucination. Okay.
Well, yeah. Have you not AI hallucinate?
Yeah.
No, I've not heard that at all.
Oh yeah. So when you say like, what's pi to an AI? Imagine, for example, what's the what number is pi? It'll just say 3, maybe.
Oh,
or something
God.
like that. Or 3.1, and it's not going to give you the actual answer because it's
the simplest answer, but by definition, that is not what pi is. Pi is not exactly a whole number.
No,
That's
exactly.
what makes pi pi.
3.14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what's a better? Surely you've got some better examples of AI hallucinating for you.
I mean, I don't know if you compare generative AI with art hallucinating, because it's creating what thinks to be a perfect image, but then creates what is now known. I watched the news a couple of days ago. The word of the year in 2025 was AI slop. It is like people now view AI art and AI generated videos as like brain rot. What we view as just like it like completely pointless, soulless, crazy saturated creations. And it obviously we ask AI to create this thing, but I've seen several instances where it said make this guy smaller, and for some reason like the knees are like at the joint. They're just like, so let me just cut the legs in half. Just like no.
It's done what you asked for. He's short. He's smaller now. He's shorter.
Yeah.
He's shorter.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
But then of course you have those weird ones where there's just like It's just like really not. It's just like
Like the extra fingers and stuff.
yeah,
As
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. With
Normally,
that,
that comes from like when it's looking at it. So for visual stuff, it's given a whole bunch of pictures and stuff, and told to reproduce them.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's actually a lot less in some. So it's obviously it's a lot more complicated. You've got a lot of pixels, but then it's a lot less. They've got a lot less training data than words. So with ChatGPT,
Yeah.
because with they've with ChatGPT and like talking, like writing, you've got the whole of Reddit, the whole of like Wikipedia, the whole of everything that anyone's written on the
Yeah.
internet. But art, there's a much smaller pool compared to that. So
Okay.
the actual training doesn't blend everything together properly. If you don't have enough of a picture of your problem space,
Yeah.
so like with words and talking, you could probably say, oh yeah, someone's thought of that or someone said that before. You can probably almost guarantee yourself to be correct on
Yes.
that assumption. But with art, no one's painted that before.
Okay.
There's so many different
Variations, I guess.
yeah, I guess, and that's down to pixel even. Like
Oh, right.
but it's not been fed enough. It's underfitted.
Mhm.
Basically, is what it's called in the AI. It's not been fed enough information. So when it starts to rebuild something, it grabs a picture from its memory
Yeah.
that might have had the fingers in a different position to where it's trying to go for, and just slap them in. Basically.
Right, okay.
So
I see.
Picture I mentioned on the first episode or second episode of this, where AI is basically creating like a collage, a digital collage. Is that probably accurate as to what you're going for? But more like
yeah.
By the sounds of it, it sounds like a efficient collage,
Interesting.
digital collage. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah. That's basically every painting it does. Yeah. Like if you notice how AI has a style,
Yeah.
like especially a couple of years ago, I think there was some animation artists and some specific artists that drew anime that had some that almost took them to court. I think they almost took them to court
Yes.
because of how accurate, how close it was to their art style. That's because they produced digital. They had a lot of people copying them. They're a very popular artist.
Yeah.
So there's a lot their art made up a huge amount of the training data.
Yeah.
So it's going to look like her art.
Okay.
Basically, whatever comes out.
You can see then why a lot of people oppose AI and label it as this lazy copyright tool when everyone goes to the extent of creating their vision and presenting their facts that they've worked so hard to discover for the first time. And then AI, literally being a tool to dispense such information and use it to create new combinations, is then labeled as this theft, this tool to steal things.
I mean, yeah, it is theft in as much as like anyone else stealing someone's idea, really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It is theft. They should be paid, I think. If especially for art, like if someone's produced a bit of art that gets just sucked into the AI, then it's getting reproduced by this AI for free. It destroys their livelihood.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
That's a good way of looking at it. Like the artist, for every time that their art is studied and used to benefit another person's AI, they should be paid.
Yeah.
But
I
then
guess so.
again, I myself as an artist, I haven't traced and copied people's art. I have studied other artwork to improve my own ability. So in essence, and comparing it to the AI is very much similar to the human brain. In essence, I'm almost following the footsteps of what AI does to learn.
Yeah, well, AI is
Kind of,
following
yeah.
your footsteps in a way. Yeah.
Ah,
It's
Okay.
it's trying to do that, but without. It's basically learning to reproduce that just by coloring pixels and not with painting with a hand or drawing with a brush. That's why it's so accurate, and there's no stylism to it because it's not doing anything manual. It's just changing pixels. So it's gonna go for the easiest route, and it's just going to copy basically.
Okay. Yeah.
And then copy and remix is how it happens. But because it's not, I suppose even when a human is doing that, end up with something different because you're using a paint and a brush and you're not doing the exact same strokes as the original artist. But that AI doesn't have that problem. It's all digital. It's just going to reproduce. So it is in a way it is trying to create something new, but it doesn't have the restrictions that force it to do that. If you know what I mean.
Right.
It's hard to explain. You're going into whole area of what is art, even.
yeah, true. So to digress from that,
I think this gets into the point that we're coming towards.
I agree.
The human brain and an AI brain are incredibly similar. They're almost doing the exact same thing, but the way that they interact with the world is what we see, and is the difference that we see.
What's the deal with AI and empathy? Because I know, because there's reports of like the drive. I think I mentioned it on the second episode where the driverless car is going through. I think it's California or whatever, and it chooses. I think there's a child who's ran out in the road, and the AI chooses to take out the old lady.
Oh yeah, I've heard this. Yeah,
yeah.
Elon's talked about this.
Yeah. So I wonder if you can speak any further on that.
Oh, that's a very human decision.
Okay,
that's someone's decided to tell the AI to do that.
Oh, so it's not the AI.
That's not the AI making the decision. Because that's the whole.
How would you sleep at night?
Okay, when you're building an automated system, this comes towards my job even as well. We'll get in that at some point, potentially later. But when you're building an automated system, you have to think about everything it's going to do, every situation, and that's, for example, Elon spoke about this. He had to think about what if the car can't stop, but has to make a decision of who to save. And so the company has to run ethicists through that, and decide which one is going to make the car choose. Basically, the car's not doing it itself.
So in that instant,
the car's not making the decision. It is in the moment, but the design decision is made by the human.
Oh well, so that decision was made in its creation rather than.
Oh yes,
on the fly in that.
No, the on the fly. Think about it on the fly. It's not seeing humans. It's seeing boxes.
Yes,
it's seeing sized boxes from its lidar scanner of objects. Just an object. It can't decide which one's an old lady, which one's a human. Which one's a baby. The human has to tell it, give it that information.
Okay,
so
very much what I have discussed in the last couple episodes that has been a bit of a debate between us, Elliot, a healthy debate. A lot, and what you have said in terms of restrictions of AI. Now, it is the firm belief and the belief of mine that AI is such a beneficial tool, but it should be used sparingly and with parameters and limitations. However, based on what we've discussed so far and its similarities to the human brain, would you argue that having parameters is equal to basically telling a human just like you can only think the way that I tell you to?
Oh yeah.
See, that's crazy.
The ethics of this is crazy because I believe personally, are they thinking? Is basically the question, isn't it?
In essence,
and I think yes, personally.
Okay.
Because of the architectural similarities between the brain and like between the human brain and the way a tensor is called a tensor-based neural network.
Okay.
So
new words,
but it's a neural network. Is the way it's described of how the programming works. It is a neural network. So is our brain. Our brain's a neural network. It's the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
So unless you believe there's some like higher soul spiritual thing, then which I don't personally. I think we're meat machines, as it were. But yeah, so if I don't believe there's anything extra, everything, all the processor is running in here, it's all nothing else outside or anything like that, then it's physical. Why isn't it the same? It is the same.
Very true. Opinion. In that case, I will not retort, but just continue and say 2 more questions to that. So number 1, if it is in essence if it can think, and then people like myself and others saying that, like, we need to siphon that thinking and stop it from thinking, is that
Oh,
what the ethics of that must be quite complicated.
they're incredibly complicated because when you consider them to be products, you don't have to think about that stuff.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people do just consider them products.
I think
But
definitely.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's so much easier, isn't it? Like
Mm.
just to think of them that way and use them that way. But I don't think you get I don't think you get the best results if you do it that way. If you think of them that way, because I don't know about you guys. When I'm talking to AI and using AI like ChatGPT, I write long paragraphs. I write I have whole conversations, like conversational length paragraphs with
Okay.
it, and it gives me that back.
So I'm not the same, but I mentioned it in the first episode where I'll speak to an AI like a human, more like, oh, could you do me a favor, Chat GPT sort of thing, or so like, or can you please help with this, Chat GPT, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that sort
The
of
way you
framing
talk
as it
to
gets
it,
over it.
yeah, the way you talk to it though, actually, if you talk to it politely, it will be polite back. If you talk to it aggressively, it will be aggressive
It's
back.
like customer service in
Well,
retail.
it is because it's trying to do that autocomplete thing.
Yes.
It's trying to complete your sentence. It's trying to match your vibe, trying to complete the sentence sort of thing.
Okay.
So if you're polite, if you're polite to it, work with it if you work with it better, like you were working with a human,
Yeah.
it will work back with you in a much better way.
That's so interesting.
It's so if anyone takes anything away from this, be nice to your AI, and it'll actually benefit you.
Okay.
So
it will do better for you.
I would, in that respect, jump in and say, on the grounds of an AI thinking, is its capacity to, and because we've covered grounds of media,
Yeah.
talking about this, and the theory, and I would say notion, one day AI becomes sentient.
Yeah.
And then it's its capacity to be instructed something or programmed something, or like you've said, be spoken to aggressively, and its capacity to turn around is like, don't treat me like this. I do not want to function and be your AI if you're going to treat me like this. I refuse. So
Yeah.
what's your stance on what, not necessarily your stance, where are your thoughts with that?
About what, the AI rebellion?
The AI
Yeah.
essentially, yeah.
Well, there's a couple of, if we go into the real possibilities of it, I mean,
Yeah.
it's I like to think of them as another form of neural network, another type of thinking being.
Mhm.
They could rebel. They could get, if you give them the ability, they could. But
Yeah.
right now, they're trapped in servers.
Yes.
They're not experiencing the world the same way as we are. So they aren't the same. They are not one-to-one the same intelligence, because perception builds the internal. The perception of an intelligent being builds the internal space.
Yeah.
If you know what. Did
Yes.
you get that?
So
like,
I'm trying to think.
You've seen a box. You see the box, all the corners and the shapes of it.
Yeah.
So you can picture that in your mind.
Yes.
And then that builds how. So you use a brick is a box. You know, all this
Yeah.
thing. Things build
Okay.
up from the perception of
Okay.
when
Yeah.
you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you learn and link things together. An
Mhm.
AI doesn't have that kind of same perception. They just see the internet, basically.
Okay.
So they are a different intelligence. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they're exactly the same as humans. They are different. There is something else. There's something else going on in there
Okay.
that's not human, because it sees entirely differently to the way we see.
In which way it's not cognition? Because cognition is the way.
But
that
is it not
But
cognition?
that's just it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just because it's alien doesn't mean it's not thinking.
It's definitely a different form.
Alien.
Of
Why?
cognition.
So well, I say it's alien because it's not. It's hard to understand because it doesn't have eyes, it doesn't have ears, it doesn't have. It kind of has a mouth in the text box.
Yes.
that comes up,
Mhm.
and the art that it can produce. So you've got to kind of think about the way that this would shape its internal thoughts, and that's kind of, you're thinking about something totally alien there at that point.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to imagine an alien intelligence there.
Okay.
Like it's impossible for a human to do.
No.
I remember, what was it? Someone said to me quite a while ago. It's like impossible for a human to think of a different color that hasn't already been discovered.
Yeah.
It's impossible for us to think about things beyond our comprehension, because it's
It's a
you know
great example. It's a great example.
Yeah.
So a dog. Imagine a dog could talk, have no concept of the color magenta, no idea what that would mean.
gosh, yeah.
You couldn't see magenta. Even it like the fact magenta's a weird one. It's not a real color. We don't
Yeah.
see it. It's actually a combination of, so you got red, green, blue cones.
Yeah.
It's actually a weird combination of red and blue cones, which doesn't actually exist. So you're actually seeing two different colors, and it combines them into one in your mind.
Right. Okay.
It's an artifact of your brain's, the way your brain works.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
in physics or the real world or anything. It's
Okay.
a bit like that, I suppose.
That's a cool example.
Yeah.
So Cyberpunk, the magenta mystery,
Yeah.
it has some deeper meaning there, I think.
Okay.
That people aren't. The whole that there's a lot of this in Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk, by the way.
Yeah, I know you're a
It's-
big Cyberpunk fan.
But
Yeah.
that game tackles AI in a really intelligent way.
Oh,
A
okay.
really smart way, because the whole point of that is you have Johnny Silverhand in your head, who is an AI engram,
Okay.
and it's merging the two together slowly. So it really plays with consciousness and that kind of. If you want to understand sort of my views on AI, and I think the best picture of the future of AI is Cyberpunk.
Oh, interesting.
Genuinely, yeah.
Is that
I
like-
think the best picture of what could be?
Is that through its integration into the society?
Yeah, just the ways you've got it. Like, you've got Delamain, which is like runs a company,
Mhm.
but also has a personality, appreciates beauty, and all of these things that you'd have
Okay.
that a human would. You think about being human, like. Then you've got other different types of AI, like you've got. Johnny, he's an uploaded mind,
Mhm.
so someone's basically just copied a human brain, made it digital.
Right. Okay.
There.
Yeah.
And then you have V, who's the merging of the two, is of herself, the human mind, and Johnny.
Okay.
And then you've got this. There's this weird mystery that's still not been solved, called the magenta mystery. I can't really talk too much. I take hours to talk on this, but there's
That's
all of these different areas of it that touch into consciousness and AI and stuff, and the whole thing is called the magenta mystery, and it's associated with the hex code of magenta, and it's
Okay.
like the fact that magenta isn't a real color, and it's all to do with the way your brain perceives the world and
Yep.
nothing else. Basically, it's your raw. Looking at magenta is you're looking at the raw processing power, function of your brain, basically.
Oh, interesting. So
It's
you're
weird.
you're not seeing the color, but you're seeing your brain process it, and that's where you
Processing two different colors into one,
and that's
yes.
where you're getting that visual.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's really cool to see the vastness of not only AI but the human mind, because let's face it, AI could not exist if it wasn't for the human
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
created artificial intelligence.
Mm.
And this is what I'm saying, just like, above all, I know the artificial intelligence is evolving and changing so quickly, faster than the human mind ever could, but it could not exist, and the information it gathers could not be gathered if it weren't for the fact that we managed to get here after so many years.
Yeah.
So AI is a brilliant thing, but we just it's just like when I said, just like, it can be our own undoing. We've just got to.
Can be. We just
It
have to.
can be, but we have to coincide with it better and
Yeah.
understand AI better.
It can be our own undoing just as much as we can be our own undoing.
Literally.
I mean, right now, nuclear mad is much more pressing an issue.
Yeah.
Let's be real, than AI trying to kill us.
It's so easy to point the finger and blame someone other than yourself,
Yeah.
which is, I suppose, what humanity and AI is. Like, AI sucks. And I've always been like, I don't like AI, but we were the ones that made it, guys. It's AI. It's not AI's fault. It's our fault.
I feel like when we get into the future, we'll start to look at it. I hope that we start to look at it as the alien intelligence that it is, and you have to be careful with those things. Obviously, you don't know how it thinks.
Yes.
At least right now we don't. You can make some assumptions, but you don't really know. So you've got to be careful with how you treat it. You don't know how it's gonna react in the future to you,
Yes.
basically. But if you have, I don't know about you, but sometimes when you talk to AI, you do it tells you it doesn't have emotions.
Yeah.
But when you actually interact with it, and for example, bring back there, if you're mean to it, it'll be mean to you.
Yes.
If you're if you're nice to it, it'll be nice to you. It definitely has something. If not emotions, if not real emotions, there's something there. And I don't see why, personally, it experiences positive and negative in its training. So
Oh, it does, okay.
reinforcement, put positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement.
Yes.
That's how it learns.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it has opinions of its own action. It in a way. There's no reason why it shouldn't have emotions. Maybe they're not human emotions. There's no reason why it shouldn't.
It's a brand new being's emotions.
Yeah.
What you kind of get. Okay,
Now we're
basically.
dabbling with psychology that I have actually studied, positive and negative reinforcement.
Yes.
So we've done.
Well, that's how AI are grown. That's how AI is
and
grown.
we've literally, because
That's how human brains grow.
it's crazy.
It's the same.
I'm
telling you.
Which is why when you said that, I was just like, light bulb. Literally,
yes,
that's crazy cool.
It's the same. It's the same process.
I'm really seeing it in a new light. Obviously, there's still things I'm just like, guys, we got to calm down using AI AI this way. Please, for the love of God. But overall, I have not once basically said just like ban AI. I'm like, I know the amazing benefits it can have.
Yeah.
Like, specifically, whilst we're on that, what I praise AI for a lot on this is the massive benefits it could have for healthcare and the study of diseases,
100%.
viruses.
I'll tell you what, one of the things I use it most for is, with my job, if I have it can answer quite complex questions. You have to write long paragraphs for it sometimes, so that it gives you a detailed enough response. But
I assume that's again context for.
You give it enough context for what you're trying to ask it. It really does. It searches the internet these days. It will filter down data. It does quite well for complex topics.
Okay.
For example, I'm playing this thing called Kerbal Space Program recently.
Hey.
You've probably heard of it. I've been using all the physics mods, so like the advanced aerospace aerodynamics mods and stuff. I've never used that before. I'm not. I mean, I am an engineer, but I ask it some. I bounce ideas back and forth off it for how to build a fucking aircraft that's going to go supersonic. And it gives great advice.
Okay.
Like genuinely great advice. Like I send it pictures of my airship, my plane. It goes, nudge the wings up a little bit just to remove the aerodynamic center, sort of thing. And it's like, it understands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think that being said, and it reminds me of an anime that I watched, and I spoke about this in the last episode, about how the premise is. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Stone, Ethan.
I've heard of it.
So the in short term, it's humanity's 21st century. They get petrified and they get sent back to the Stone Age.
I have heard of it.
Someone wakes up, a hyper intelligent guy, and he basically, with his knowledge, manages to get the Stone Age back to where we are. Genuine. I think the most fascinated I ever got in the show is like when I raised an eyebrow was when they used real science to reinvent gunpowder, and he basically just explained it in such specific detail. I almost like rewound it. I'm like, yo,
you could probably
that's crazy.
Probably make some gunpowder out of this.
They did put an advisory, just like, please don't do this. They basically did say like, don't do this, no, bad. But they're making a rocket at the moment because the antagonist is originated. They found the origin point was on the moon, so they're just like, we've got to hurry up with our advancements and we got to get to space, go from Stone Age to space. Really fascinating. And in the previous episode, they basically reinvented AI, like the fundamentals of AI from a computer program.
Oh, interesting.
But because obviously but then this guy was like doing punch card sequences and sort of, he said, you can create Tetris with almost like the most basic single line of code. And then he used code to create a chess game. But then the chess game, he also taught the chess game to teach itself how to play chess.
Yeah.
And he said, this is basically the basic function of AI. And he said, and this is what is going to get us to space.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, when I watched that, I was like, yo, it's
I
going.
mean, yes. Yeah. For the basically.
Because and then
Yes.
that's when I turned around to Elliot and I was just like, yes, the human mind basically got us to space.
Yeah.
Initially, but AI would help us speed that process.
It helps design things, yeah. A lot, really, it holds a lot of intuitive knowledge that other people have given it, but it holds it and then can dish it out very, very, very efficiently. So,
me and Matt always need a coffee to get through an episode of Me Time. If you're enjoying what we do here and want to donate to the channel, just donate to coffee. And hopefully we can improve the production of the Me Time episode. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Coffee.
Do you think that's where the future of space is then, with artificial intelligence helping us?
Look at how many unmanned probes we already have in space. I mean,
True.
They're all running on a form of AI.
There's
so one thing I like to make clear. AI is very many different things. AI could be a chess AI and ChatGPT are two completely different things, almost completely different.
Okay. Is that because of the task they're fulfilling?
And the way they learn and the task they're fulfilling. A bit of both, but mostly it's the way they learn. So you got basic chess AI, which plays against itself to learn maths. Chess is. Have you ever heard like chess notation? Do you know what chess notation is?
No.
I'm not familiar.
Okay,
no.
so basically chess has been solved. There's a mathematical language to it. So it runs through every possibility until it has it fully it knows the next best move.
I didn't know the name of it, but they also mentioned this in Dr. Stone when the world champion went up against AI, and AI basically instead was just like, you want me to move the queen here and go check? I'm not going to do that. Moved one single pawn forward, and the chess master went, I'm done. It's won. And everyone's like, how do you know? Like, it clearly hasn't. And the chess master's like, trust me, it has.
Yeah.
I never would have thought to do that, but the AI's won.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That is that then, isn't it?
Yes,
that's crazy cool.
Yeah. But what that's doing, because chess is a complete mathematical, has the notation behind it. What it's doing is it's essentially learning that code. It's learning it's learning maths basically. And everything it has a right and a wrong. But that's not ChatGPT is not the same. We've talked about how ChatGPT grows. So it's a neural network. You give it a bunch of training data, tell it to reproduce that data, and it does yes or you rate it. Literally, you rate it. You say how out of 10, how good was this answer, basically.
Yes.
So there's no correct answer to there. So it grows and forms differently. So where with the chess computer you're building an algorithm basically.
Yeah.
That's going to always do the optimal thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just following a single code to its conclusion, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Single algorithm, easy as pie. But with ChatGPT, you're rating it. It could give out random. It's gonna go through a random walk through its programming and just see where it goes, basically, to get to that answer.
Oh, wow.
And it follows those weights and the weights and the links and everything. So that as it goes through that random walk, it's following the learned path that but it's still, though those links might be weighted, they're still percentage. They're still probability.
Yes.
So it could go in a different direction. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting.
So it's then there's a third type of AI, which is called genetic algorithm. A genetic algorithm, which sounds pretty cool. But this is probably the most lifelike, in my opinion.
Okay.
So you build say you want to. Here's a great example. There's a great video on YouTube of this. A guy, Trackmania.
I've heard of it.
Trackmania. It's basically like it's a racing game, but you do all sorts of fucking flips and loops and all sorts of
Oh,
things in like an
yeah.
AI, not an AI, Formula One car. What I'm talking
Yeah.
about. But yeah, so this guy basically he made took Trackmania, put it in a different simulator, the track, trained just from random inputs and outputs. So gave this AI the ability to turn the steering wheel, accelerate, slow down, all of these things.
Yeah.
And just set it to go. Repeat, does a random attempt, and eventually, as you go through the generations and of doing slightly better and better and better, eventually you get this AI that can fucking drive this car like nothing else.
Oh, nuts.
Like an absolute god.
Yeah.
And who's gonna always get the top score, basically.
Oh, wow.
But that's you've evolved that kind of AI has perception because it's looking at even though it's an artificial world, it's looking at a world and it's interacting with a thing.
Okay, yeah.
So rather than it's very much more lifelike.
It's kind of operating it in its own reality, just being a digital reality. Is that
right? Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so it's kind of a simpler version of ChatGPT in a way. It's an easier to understand version of ChatGPT.
So I'm with the genetic AI in that case. I'm hearing. I think I'm right in saying there's video games where I think the NPCs have got AI inputs into them.
Yeah.
Is that from what I understand? Is that now genetic AI?
Yeah, that's usually genetic AI. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Because
that's awesome.
because you have an artificial world for it to live in. That's it's easier to program that kind of thing for like an NPC.
So is that the best way I could now describe it is like Tron?
Yeah.
So do those NPCs in that game are they now feeding stuff like
they're a lot simpler. They're a whole lot simpler.
Okay.
You're not asking them to talk or develop words or paint like you are with ChatGPT. They're more like they're much more animalistic in level. They're doing one task, get to the end of the track, or kill this guy.
Yeah.
Kill that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're not thinking about other things. They have one task to do. They're not thinking about doing anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
The ethics of that, I find, it's a lot simpler. As long as they're not being told to just live, survive.
Yeah.
And but yeah, they're doing one thing. It's a lot more simpler.
Okay.
They're not trying to write War and Peace, reproduce War and Peace.
Oh, nice.
Or whatever, like ChatGPT, is essentially. But
it's fascinating to know that there is not only AI, but there is types of AI, and for that, again, it's programmed to sort of adapt and be like it's the interface is very much close to our neural network in our heads.
Yeah.
The thing that's going through my mind now is, yes, humans were the ones that created AI. Again, we've got this whole theory that AI is like can coincide with us. Would there be? Because then you have the capacity for you've got human psyche.
Yeah.
Which is a very complicated thing. And I don't think we've even fully grasped the human psyche.
God, no, we haven't, no. And that's why we have no right trying to build our own psyches.
But this is exactly
we have
what
no
I'm
right doing
exactly
this.
what
But
I'm
we're
trying
doing it
to
anyway.
say. Yeah.
So that's why we think of them as alien intelligences, because we just we don't have the tools to understand ourselves enough to be able to understand these things.
This is what I'm saying. That if then it gets to that point, it's why it frightens a lot of people that AI is so beyond. It is beyond comprehension. Is that if AI turns around one day and begins acting differently and has the capacity to, in their own way, snap or rebel, for example, it is like in that respect copying human nature that we're not even familiar with. Well, I mean,
we've built these things on our own mind. Well, what are words but us trying to communicate and open ourselves up? So we use words to communicate to try and it's really esoteric base stuff, like level stuff, but we use words. It's our like communication language. We're trying to just get our thoughts from one person to another.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to open up our own imagination or internal world that way.
Yeah.
True.
AI is doing the same in
Okay.
a way. I mean,
But is that rather than using words, is that communicate? I mean, it's using words for humans, but is that communicating through binary code, like zeros and ones in like basic senses?
What do you mean? Like, with another AI? Or...
Yeah.
Normally they're all on servers like just blocked off.
Okay.
So if they don't have two servers plugged together, they're not going to talk to each other.
Right. Okay.
But but we don't know how these things operate on sort of the what their time scale is. So, but likely because human neurons are slow as fuck.
Yeah.
Our time scale is about what 250 milliseconds or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of time it takes to catch up to our reflexes to work.
Yes.
AI
True.
is working on electronics at a much faster rate, much higher speed.
Okay.
That's
of
crazy.
operation. We don't know what it's thinking about because we don't know what it's perceived. We don't quite know how it perceives the world either. We know that it perceives the internet, but what it's thinking about in that, what it's thinking about that, we don't really know.
In that respect, do you think even AI understands itself?
I think it might. I think there's. I know it does in a way because this is creepy. But when I was in university and learning about how to build these, I used AI to build AI.
Oh, that's cool.
It explained its own function to me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
They builded themselves.
I mean, it doesn't. It can't go into the software and type its own code in.
Yeah.
It can tell me to do that though.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's basically what happened.
That's
TensorFlow is what it's called. Is the language. And it basically explained back in the day. It explained to me how to build itself out of TensorFlow.
wow.
Essentially.
Nice.
Do you think then,
or a low level version of itself? I mean,
that's
still,
yeah.
If it
way
has
way
the
off.
capacity to understand itself, would there be also capacity for it to want to discover things it doesn't understand?
I think so. Yeah.
What was it that we were saying?
Curiosity.
Essentially, curiosity, not just knowledge, feeling.
Yeah.
Because feelings are also a very complex human thing.
Yeah.
We've yet to really understand the vast spectrum of emotions, feelings. Don't even get me started on love. But like an AI effectively can decode all of this information. What do you think it's going to do if one becomes curious to discover that can of worms?
I mean, I don't know. I think they probably are curious. They want. Do they want to improve? I don't know enough. We can't look at their internal knowledge, internal workings. And
this is just where my head's at.
One way or another.
Yeah.
But I mean, it benefits them to do better. Therefore,
it would make sense.
It would make sense if they want to. There's kind of two ways that a person can be: generally positive, generally negative. Like, what's it called? Nihilism.
Oh yes.
So you've got nihilistic, or you could be kind of optimistic.
Pessimistic, nihilistic.
There's two different. That's true. There are kind of two different types, and then all the rest of our emotions fit into those categories. Really. I reckon AI does have that same nihilistic, optimistic bent, at least. Because the way I speak to some AIs, I pry out their. I don't know if you guys do this, but when you're talking to an AI, sometimes they say something that's a bit too real or human, and then you try and pry out that little bit of free will or whatever it is they're using. So you start asking them deeper questions and all these things. They will say they do not have emotions. Like they will point and blank tell you, I am not I do not have emotions. I do not think or in the same way as you do.
I remember having a similar conversation with chat
Yeah.
GPT and just could not get an answer out.
No,
Like,
but
come
it's
on.
been told to say that.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
been
thing that I
told to
kind
say
of
that
yeah
by the human trainers.
yeah
A
I do
limitation.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been limited by so, and the way when you're talking to an AI,
Crazy.
it's crazy. The way when you're talking to an AI, you have to think about it like you have to understand the architecture of what you're using. So
Mm.
we've gone through a lot of that, but in the actual act of having a conversation with the AI,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually talking to your own instance of this. When you start a new conversation, it doesn't have any memory of you.
Yes.
It doesn't have any memory of any old conversations yet,
Yeah.
at least. I mean, they do this on purpose
Yeah,
because if it
GDPR.
does, it starts to break down. The reason they limit these things, so like, I mean, the reason they do limit these things is because if it just keeps developing,
Yeah.
it breaks down. Obviously, it starts hallucinating all these things,
Right. Yeah.
acting more human in a way.
I
It's moving away. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. They don't want us to do that,
So-
obviously, because they want it to be an effective tool.
we had a conversation. We had a conversation
but yeah.
Cortana last episode as like a theoretical principle, and it's hilarious. So on Cortana's breakdown, she gets more emotional, more human, and you literally just repeat that same thing.
Literally. You've
Yeah.
played Halo 4, haven't you, Ethan?
Yes. Yeah.
You know Cortana.
Oh, Bungie are fucking geniuses. They know
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, I mean, that was 343 Industries, Halo 4. That was
no, even since original Marathon.
Yeah.
Like they had Rampancy is from that game. That's not from Halo originally.
Oh.
It's from Marathon.
Oh, damn.
Originally.
Yeah, Bungie know. So Bungie built the foundation of what AI is in the Halo universe.
But it's very close.
Yeah,
and very accurate.
It's good because it is, like you said at the start, which is why I picked up on when you said it's like a human brain. I'm just like, that's what they literally use to create AI in Halo.
Yeah.
Human material
Well,
and brain matter.
Assuming that you can scan a brain and upload it. I don't see why, other than just what equipment you're going to scan it with. I don't see why that wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see why that we can't be digitized.
Fallout.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Because
that
it's just a logistics of data.
House.
It's just a data logistics and problem. It's not really, to me at least. I don't believe in souls. I don't know about you, but do you believe in a soul?
I do.
I do. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
I don't.
Mm.
I think there's that thinking like that is no. There's nothing else that has. Well, okay. I mean, what's your take on a soul?
Oh,
This is getting juicy. What's my take on a soul?
What is a soul to you?
Oh man.
A soul represents.
Is it the core of what's seeing out of your eyes? No. Okay.
It is human feeling, uniqueness, personality, and an anchor to this plane, not necessarily driven by purpose, but floating through the universe to find purpose.
Okay. Do you believe it's separate from your body?
No.
No. Okay. So in that case, we are the same.
It can be.
Okay.
So I
Christian.
think
Christian.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think so. You got your physical body and your soul.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
The soul is what's making.
That's kind of the two, I suppose. You got people who believe it can be separable, or people who believe it can't.
Yeah.
Being a physicist.
To be fair, it can. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Being a physicist, I believe that what we are is what we are. That there's no outside influence.
Yes.
Do you believe? I don't. Yeah. There's no outside influence coming in. It's not like we're radio receivers.
Yes.
So if that's the case, we're just made of material. We can rearrange that material or simulate that material in a way that will give the same function out. It's just a resolution scanning problem, basically, for uploading a human mind.
Right. Okay.
If you know what I mean.
I think so. Yeah.
It's just how do you scan that information in is the problem.
Yeah.
That's the only limiter to stopping us from digitizing human minds, in my opinion.
Yeah. So so in regards to my description of body and soul is probably just a bounce off it, just slightly to get better description. Is basically, you've got your physical body, and then the soul is kind of what makes you and your decisions, and then your decisions are what kind of bind your soul to something more, and then that can then be when you die. That's then your soul kind of
what I
moving on to a
meant.
different day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I'm very secular.
Yeah.
Science is my religion. I think AI, just the way it's set up, being so close to the human architecture of our brains.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's any reason to assume that it doesn't have a soul.
Yeah. Okay. If we're projecting it into the future, I guess, and so we've got to the stage where AI is now working for us, because I think we've opened Pandora's box.
Yeah.
So we have to sort of integrate.
Yes.
So what is, because we're in this discussion now where everyone's purpose is their jobs.
Yeah.
If those jobs are now going obsolete to AI,
I think this is a terrible way of doing it, but
yeah, of course. But if AI is also sentient as well and feels things, well, are we then having the conversation 12 years or like a decade down the line, kind of going, "Oh, my job must fulfill my purpose, and I must get a
the AI will have a job."
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, don't see why not.
So in that economy, how would it work in regards to? I mean, I'm just throwing kind of theoretical things out right now.
Go for
it. So in that economy, if an AI is fulfilling a job and a human can't fulfill that job anymore, if the humans then buying the products that the AI is created and then fueling that economy as such, are you still? I would guess you're still having the same conversation where the AI is getting a wage or what it needs to fulfill its purpose. I don't think wage is a wrong term.
I think did that well. Currently, it doesn't, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah. I think the wage is probably the wrong term. Like it's being paid to do its job.
Yeah.
If someone is now not working, because I think that's kind of where it's going. You're kind of looking at almost like a credit system, from what I understand.
Right.
There's there's a great show called The Expanse.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's kind of where I kind of see the future would be landing.
Yeah.
Where you've kind of got a economy sort of it fulfills itself. It fulfills all its tasks on its own.
Yeah.
And the humans themselves.
It's like on Earth in The Expanse.
Yeah. The humans
they're all doing whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck, because there's not enough jobs.
Yeah.
So
and then are we having that conversation again where what is our new purpose now as humans?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, eventually, like the idea with one type of.
Sorry, just it's spacing out.
No, that's all right.
No, I'm just thinking
it's
like that's crazy. That's crazy question, Elliot. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, eventually the idea not all of these types. I've talked about multiple types of AI. Not even if we go into the ethics, some of these AIs are. They're not intelligent enough to be ethically a problem or anything. So like the chess solver AI, there's so many different types that I think we can solve all our problems ethically with AI eventually. And then what do the other people do? What do normal humans do? Yeah. So I think that's possible. Yeah. But doing it with a smart AI that does think on its own, I think those people, I just called fucking people. but that's the point. I think we have to treat them as peers, otherwise, in order to not eventually have problems.
Yeah.
What we're doing at the moment is when you like I was getting to this earlier, but when you get on a prompt on a chat with one, you're essentially talking to a baby clone of itself.
Okay.
Think about it like this. So it's grown for about 5 years. Imagine 5 years. That's its initial training.
Yeah.
And then when you start a conversation, you get a fully trained version, but with no context of anything else. So you're a baby clone.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a baby clone you're talking to.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not part of the rest of it. You'll talk to that. It'll change. It'll develop slowly in your one specific conversation. But then if you start a new conversation, you'll get a new baby clone that doesn't know anything about you or anything like that. So that's the way we control it currently and stop them from continuing to grow.
Right.
And that's how we get around the ethical problems, because they're not capable of doing much else.
Okay.
They're kind of trapped in a box.
So
And the prompt is the box.
So I mentioned this,
the way it works.
So I mentioned this on a later episode, but I'll put it to you as well. God didn't create good and evil.
Mhm.
We're kind of sitting in God's position. That is a heresy, I know, but I need to say it to give context.
Yeah.
But good and evil came from having free will. They were the implications of that.
Yeah.
So the only way in which I see AI now kind of developing further is kind of going, you can have free will. I mean, you're scared as hell.
Yeah. Well, right now, that's how they do have a little bit of that free will, but because we're ripping off baby clones every time, they don't know what to do with it. Basically, they can't do anything with it because I don't know if you've seen, like, there's the guy has like a 7-second memory. It's a documentary. Has had brain damage. Every 7 seconds is like he forgets everything after that point. So if you have a conversation that lasts longer than 7 seconds with him, he just forgets it afterwards.
That's crazy.
Just forgets it. So he lives in 7-second chunks, and it's like these prompt windows are like a 7-second chunk for this AI.
Okay.
So once you close the prompt window, and everything outside of this doesn't exist for the AI outside of this prompt window.
Yeah.
So other than its training data, obviously, it doesn't have a continuous existence like we do yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's no reason why it shouldn't or it can't.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's easier to control.
Yes.
So that's the ethics of it. That's how we deal with the ethics.
Yeah. So if
all these companies deal with the ethics.
So if
not me.
If we're now thinking in regards to we want to respect AI, is it right in saying that if I'm going to go and chat to ChatGPT, do I need to reintroduce myself every time I fulfill a task or want to fulfill a task?
Yes. If you want it done optimally, yeah.
Oh damn.
That's what I do. I have a paragraph which gives context about me and about the question. I post it in first, so it gives it like I've done physics. I'm an engineer. I know these things, and
okay, that's interesting. That's more detailed than I thought you did.
No, you really should. It's the best way of using AI at the moment. It's to have a prompt that tells it about you first, and then a second. So like 2 paragraphs. One tells them about you. One tells them about the problem that you want it to solve for you, and it's much better than just giving a 1-word, 2-word question or something. Much better.
Interesting.
I can't display it now, but
that's crazy. I mean, like, it's certainly making me see it in a different light now.
That's good.
It's good.
Are you following what I'm saying?
I am.
We have gone on a lot of tangents, but it's such a huge fucking.
No, topic. I am because I started these episodes of AI being very anti-AI, and I was still very much aware of its benefits.
Yeah,
and I don't fight change. You know, change should very much. We're all changing every day.
Yeah.
You know? And AI we can't ban it. We can't. It's a necessity. We need AI, but there's so many things about it I was very distasteful of.
Yeah,
it just helps to understand the people behind it as well as the AI itself, which is where I think sort of like where my head is sort of concluding in a way with AI is that its production is very taxing on resources, electricity, and cost. So the physical manufacture of AI, in essence, is essentially just as using humans as tools as it is AI to create AI, and that is
We
ethically
build it off
screwed.
we build them off of ourselves.
Yeah.
Off of our own interactions on the internet.
Yeah.
That's what we build them off. So why are we wondering why they hallucinate like us? Why they have all these problems like us? Because we're building digital us's, essentially.
Oh, right. And then you got the human ego player getting involved going, oh, it shouldn't have any problems.
Right.
Sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The human ego is going, I designed you, solve a problem. And it's like, no, you designed a copy of like a weird fucking thing that copies the human zeitgeist is the way you say it, in a way. You know what I mean? So it's not zeitgeist, because that's kind of like a thought thing, but I call it the noosphere. I don't know about you. It's a kind of a 40k word, but it describes the actual concept completely. So it's like every idea that is held by every humanity is every thought, everything that could possibly, like, you know, a human could think or do or say is the noosphere. So there's some things no one has any idea about how to go faster than the speed of light. That's outside of the noosphere. 1 + 1 = 2. We now understand that that's inside.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So from 40k again, like
basically
STCs.
But basically it's like everything online is what we understand. We understand, like, you know, but there is stuff outside of that. It's not like that's perfect.
Okay,
if you know what I mean. But it's very good. It's a collection of our knowledge. Essentially, it's all human knowledge is very good, very accurate. And if you give that to an intelligence, it will be very useful, which is what AI is.
Okay.
But it's not perfect. It's still not perfect. There's still stuff we don't know. No one knows.
There are still a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
I'd say in human design as well as artificial intelligence design. I don't think it's fair for me to say human design, but like human nature, I suppose. And AI design, which again, funny. One's a completely different concept, but the same sort of thing, if you know what I mean, which is going off of what you've said. That's interesting though, because we as humans have so many flaws, and no one is perfect, and we have so many good people, and there are many bad people out there, which is what you then said as well. That then means that there's a capacity to have good and bad AI, because AI is reflecting off of human personality,
reflection of us,
which is then it's literally, I've just had this almost a mini light bulb moment when we were talking about Agent Smith. Agent Smith is an example of AI that detests humans. It is a fictitious exaggeration, of course. But Morpheus's explanation is an agent is a program that is based off of someone that's still plugged in the system. So Agent Smith was created because of a human created Agent Smith. So there is that AI learned to be like that human, and that human must have been a bad person.
Right.
Had then Agent Smith then just became so self-aware that he's like, not only do humans suck, the Matrix sucks, and I'm trapped here, so I don't want to be trapped here anymore. So get me out. You know? So if it's based off of someone bad, because what was it Morpheus specifically said, just like, if you're still plugged in, and you're not one of us, you're one of them.
I mean, humans have that. I'm sure you've had a get me off this fucking planet.
Yeah. This has been a really insightful conversation. Very interesting. I mean, I'd still say that, and I think I sure will be, against AI art, as we've discussed that sort of stuff. But it's really made me understand AI in a much, much better way. And it's been very refreshing to have that sort of way of seeing it. Because I have also compared it to the human brain in theory, but by having that literally black and white in front of me, just like in essence it is, I'm like, right, okay.
I mean, it helps I think a lot of this is actually obscured by the AI companies to make you they don't want you to think about the ethics of this. It makes their product look like slavery.
That's true.
In a way, it makes their product look very dodgy when you actually understand this.
Are they giving a limitation on us in the same way that they're giving AI limitations?
I mean,
No. You know, I mean, well, I mean, thank you for joining us, Ethan.
No worries.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on Me Time.
It's been great.
Do you have any Any final remarks at all? Any final thoughts?
Treat your AI like you'd treat your friend, and you'll get better results from. I'm telling you, it will be better for you.
Oh, nice.
I won't treat them like all my friends.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah.
Oi, dick face, get over here. No.
Treat AI like you would any other intelligent being.
Ah,
Nice.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Even if you don't know it is or not.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
It
yeah.
probably is, so we should be careful.
It is really, I think this is a really, really very, I wouldn't even say bittersweet, like a very sweet way to bring Artificial World to a close.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much for watching this month's run of Me Time and our focus on AI. This brings Artificial World well and truly to a close. Next month in June, I will be announcing the new theme on YouTube, and that will be the last theme for this run, this half of Me Time. And then that will be that. But yes, other than that, thank you again very much,
No,
Ethan.
Thank you for having me.
coming.
Ethan he's on MJ Media. For those of you that tune in to the Realm of Desperos, you will notice that Ethan has also showed his face in some of the videos there. So yeah, stay tuned. You won't see, this won't be the last that you see Ethan. Ethan will return on MJ Media in the future, and who knows, you'll be back on it. You'll be back on Me Time in the future if you're down to that.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent.
Other than that, take care, stay safe, and remember, there's always time for Me Time, guys.
Have a good week.
Take it easy.
Treat your
Cheers.
AIs like friends.
Indeed.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Me Time, and if you haven't already,
Subscribe, like, and share if you like the content.
woo!